Did you see Cats the Jellicle Ball on Broadway? Oh, I think I will take that as a yes. What do you think?
What did you think?
Well, I wanted to support it because it's about the New York City ballroom scene, which is largely African American, largely Latino, largely gay, largely trans. And I wanted, to support that part of it. But it didn't seem, I mean, I don't know enough about the ballroom scene, but it kind of felt, I saw Paris is Burning, the Jenny Livingston film. I haven't seen Pose, which a lot of people mention when they talk about Cats the Jellicle Ball and the ballroom scene. But it seems like a show where if you're already into the ballroom scene, it's a good show to see to continue your enthusiasm. But it did not feel like a good introduction to it to me because it didn't seem like a good version of Cats because Cats, I know a lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it, but whichever side of that you fall on, it's thing. And this is the ballroom scene as seen through the lens of the musical Cats, and it's just weird. It doesn't work. There's a lot of dead space. I didn't think all the people on stage were very talented, but I don't know. It wasn't the ballroom scene. It wasn't Cats. It was both. It was neither. I don't know. It just didn't work for me, I guess.
Yes, I just didn't. I was underwhelmed. I really wanted to like it because I have avoided it for years. I was never ever interested in seeing Cats. Once those poems from Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats was read to me, I wanted those poems to stay forever in my heart the way I heard them read to me by this woman, Grace Salvatore, who was the mother of someone I went to school with. I woke up in the morning thinking I was going to see, he kept on talking about his mother being this pain in the neck, and she was a mother who read T.S. Eliot to his guests. I thought that was incredible, and I love those poems forever. And I'm not an Andrew Lloyd Webber fan, and I've never been an Andrew Lloyd Webber fan, and I hate to admit it, I never even saw Jesus Christ Superstar when it first opened.
And you still haven't.
And I've seen a production of it since.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Which production?
I don't remember. It was somewhere in L.A. Well, maybe it wasn't Cats. Maybe it was. What were you talking about just now?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. It was Godspell. I'm sorry. They're all the same to me. What disappointed and until a year ago, when Mark Russell, who I trust and respect, told me that the thing that we should see, we were having dinner with him one night, was Cats the Jellicle Ball. And I said, Cats? Are you kidding? You must be joking. I don't want to see Cats.
But he saw the off-Broadway downtown.
He saw the off-Broadway version, and as a result of that, I tried to get tickets to it, and it was practically sold out, and whatever was available was over $300, and I just thought, $300 for an off-Broadway production of Cats? I'm not going to...
But it probably worked better in that incarnation, off-Broadway, downtown. Because it really felt out of place on Broadway. It didn't...
It just felt like a Vegas spectacle. And I got to tell you, I support all the things you say about it, and I know what's fabulous about it, what Helen Shaw called fabulous, and which is another temptation to have expected more. And so I was really, the first act kind of like was really clumsily staged and very poorly choreographed. And I thought that the choreography was going to be sensational. If nothing else, that's what would make it. What was sensational instead was the performers themselves, the costumes they wore, but the sense of the rivalry between them. I didn't get any sense of it. It just became like a fabulous show of fabulous performers. I think it would have been better off if they needed a source. That wig out by the Terrence Alvin McCraney, Terrell Alvin McCraney, is a better example of what could have been a source of this kind of show. But they did what they did, and Cats is familiar to everybody. And I gotta say, the performance of Junior LaBella as the Gus the Theater Cat made the evening for me. It really did make the evening for me. And the other thing that made the evening was Andre the Shields himself. So, you know, I'm an 88-year-old guy, so I kind of like the older guys in the show.
Well, what was funny to me is that while we were watching him perform the Gus the Theater Cat song, I remember thinking, this sort of seems like the kind of performance that would be nominated for a Tony, and then the song ended and you turned to me and said, that's going to be a Tony winner, that performance right there.
So there you have it. I basically, I was disappointed. It was the same bullshit that they've been throwing at us on Broadway's been giving us for years and years and years, with all this new stuff about mostly transgender performers, to me, in our time, getting attention, which is glorious, and I'm glad it's happening. And there was enough in the show that made me feel that I was glad I was there. But if I had missed it, I unfortunately missed Andre the Shield in Hadestown, which I'm sure was a much more wonderful way to see him. But he's a masterclass in a theater artist who, you know, and the show was almost a tribute to him. When his entrance was one of the most glorious things about the show. And the other thing that was interesting was when one of the performers in this glorious gold outfit came before him, and Old Deuteronomy, and fell apart and kind of folded up. And I thought that was a great moment. When you start talking about it, there are some wonderful moments in it. Generally, it's not my cup of tea, I guess. The problem is Cats, not the Jellicle Ball.